Live from PATV Studios, it's the LyleStyle Show. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, LyleStyle.
Welcome to another edition of LyleStyle Show. I'm here with a beautiful guest here. Her name is Charly Emery, and I've been talking to her. She's in California by Skype right now. First time doing Skype. She's a beautiful person. She's an entrepreneur, and we're going to talk a little bit about her wealth and how she started, what she's doing, and hey, y'all going to have a beautiful time with her. So I want to introduce Charly Emery. Thank you for coming on via Skype.
Thank you so much. It is an honor to be part of the LyleStyle Show. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. I mean, I'm more artist than you now. I read your bio. I read a little bit about you and about what you've been doing, and I just want to read a clip. It says, vibratress, author, and entrepreneur in the realm of luxury goods. Charly Emery has a passion for living a lifestyle you love that has made her made the ultimate partner for those longing to feel fabulous inside and out. Now that is a wonderful thing to say about you, young lady. Now when they talk about luxury goods, now what do you mean by that? What's going on?
Well, you know, my partner is Dutch. He's from Holland.
Okay.
And he was the one who got into the luxury resale business first out in Europe. And so now I'm the American branch expanding that. And what we do is we provide a high quality forum for people who have really expensive luxury goods that grow in value, like watches. Hermes is a very big part of our business. We do a lot of Hermes handbags. And of course, people don't realize that that's the only brand of handbag in the world that actually goes up in value more than diamonds and gold and silver. It's amazing. So when people want to trade in their effects, or maybe they want to swap something out, we deal with a lot of collectors. Some of them want to let stuff go, and we provide that. We're like the brokers to be able to take things in, make sure that all the authenticity is there, and then connect them with other buyers, or we just take it in as stock and we sell it in time.
Oh wow, that's a wonderful gig. Now that is fantastic. Now you deal with. I mean, so that costs a little bit of money now. So can anybody get involved in this, or is it just something that you really have to like go to school for or anything like that? I mean, because that sounds like it's really high end.
You have to do your homework. So, for instance, we're getting ready to release a brand new book called The History of Hermes. Okay. And it's actually called Hermes Vintage, and it's 1837 through 2000, the year 2000. My partner has done the amount of research to be able to literally go over every little stitching change, and nothing that would help counterfeiters, but everything that will help collectors and aficionados of the brand. So it's interesting because, you know, there's a lot of people that try to dabble in this business. And for the people that are trying to buy these things and buy great vintage goods, they really need to beware, because if you haven't done your homework and you don't really understand those brands from the inside out, it is so easy to end up buying something that's counterfeit. And we've had clients come to us with things that they either wanted us to look at or maybe even take in as stock. And they've had tremendous collections worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they would bring us a piece and we would say, I'm sorry, but whoever you bought this from, it's not real. Oh, wow. So it's always great to go with a real registered company versus, you know, somebody just operating with a Yahoo address. Yeah, exactly. Because we put in the time, we put in the work to make sure that we can back up everything we sell. I love that. Now, I love that now. And sometimes I want to talk about that. So you do, I didn't know you had a partner. I thought you was doing all by yourself. But that's good, though. I was, until I continued to follow all of the advice that I put in my "Thank Goodness You Dumped His Ass" book and How to Date When You're Famous.
Oh my goodness, girl!
And then I met my life partner.
Oh, wow! No. Where is he at? Where is he at?
He's here in the U.S.
Okay.
He's a Dutch citizen, and I'm learning Dutch now, which is like great for the brain.
Wow. I mean, okay.
Another, like I didn't have enough on my plate. I thought, okay, well, let me learn Dutch now. But I'm excited. That's really fun.
Really? Okay. But you're a TV personality too now. Now, I do want to talk to you a little about that book. Now, okay, I was reading a little bit about you, the background about, you've been all over the world. You've been in Australia. You have people in Australia, the UK, from California to the East Coast. So you got different clientele, different people that you deal with. And what made you, first of all, what made you write this book that that I was looking at. Say, thank goodness you dumped his ass. Okay, this is a family show. I should okay. And we have to and how to date when you're famous.
Right.
Now, those two different books.
On the first one, because it's a family show, so
Yes.
the tagline, the second line of that book is really important.
Yeah.
And it's use those Mr. Wrongs to lead you straight to Mr. Right.
Mm.
And there's actually a double entendre in that title, because even though it sounds like you're saying, oh, thank goodness, you know, and kind of kicking him to the curb, it's really not about that. As soon as you open up the book, it's really about truly being thankful and recognizing that the people that we choose in our lives, those are our lessons.
Yes.
And we choose them for a reason. So rather than having that hindsight 2020 just give us more information about where we think the other person was not okay or was wrong or wasn't a great person, we actually need to look and say, why did we choose them?
Mm-hmm.
How long were we there for? And why did we stay? And who were we when we were in that relationship? Because that's the gold. When you see that stuff, and usually a sense of humor really helps you see all the truth.
Yes, it does.
Then you know where to make personal corrections that are going to lead to a great partner. And that means that those relationships, no matter how terrible some of them might have even been, they are incredibly useful. And so you'll be thankful. If that's the way you had to learn the lesson, but it gets you where you want to go, you got to be thankful for that.
Oh, well, now, can I say that? Have you been into those situations before you met this wonderful person you're with now? Have you ever had those type of things like, thank goodness I dumped right?
Absolutely. In fact, the title of that book came because after I went through a divorce, and it was really disappointing because that's not, you know, nobody goes into marriage wanting to get divorced.
Right.
But what happened was that we had such a great partnership when we were married, and then when we went through the divorce, he acted so awfully, and I thought, what's happening? And for the first time in my life, I started to feel like I had baggage, and I thought, oh no, I gotta get rid of this, you know? So I was sitting, and what was great is that when I started looking at the relationship so I could make sense of it, because that's really a big part of what I do with people and why they shift so quickly. I help them make sense of the past in a way where they can take pieces of it and recycle it into actual insight that propels them forward faster, and it also helps them release that stuff really quickly. So I was doing that process because I realized, wow, I've got some stuff hanging on in here, and I feel angry.
Yes.
So when I started breaking it down, and I started to look at what from the beginning wasn't really where I wanted it to be, then I took myself to task, and I thought, well, you know, while we're looking at the relationship, let's look at my whole life. Is there any other place that I can actually take it up a notch, or maybe 5 notches? So I remember saying to somebody on the couch, a girlfriend, I said, you know, I look at my life and what I'm doing today and the way I'm stretching myself, and I have to say, thank goodness I dumped his. And so it really was kind of in a playful context. And the minute it came out of my mouth, I said, that's the title of the book.
Wow. And what a catchy title it was. Because I read that, I said, dang. Some people really in a situation where they thank goodness they dumped, you know, and vice versa, men could get situations where they say, thank goodness I dumped her, you know, behind,
Absolutely.
you know.
And men love this book, Lyle. In fact, I've got to send you a copy.
Yes,
men
you do, girl.
So many, the men that have read it, I've had men buy it for their sons, because really all of the advice is very universal. Some things, of course, some situations are so personal because I wanted to be able to use specific examples, and men and women are different. So some things would have been watered down if I wrote it as a book for men and women. But that said, when men read this book, there's the parts where they say, oh, thank goodness I knew that wasn't me, that was her.
I love it.
You know,
I
all
love
the
it.
principles are universal, so they absolutely can take it and use it.
Yeah, really send me a copy. I want you to sign the book too. Sign the book for me, please. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And another book you wrote about dating and how to date when you're famous. Now, what's that about?
Yes, that is a strategic guide for stars, rising stars, and the people who date them. And that was inspired by one of my celebrity clients who came to me because she was having so much trouble getting in, you know, attracting a relationship. And she kept feeling like, oh, it's because I'm famous and people know who I am. And, you know, there is an element to that, which I cover in the book, and different things that you need to do slightly differently than maybe the average person. But again, the whole idea was really making them aware of the ways that they can direct their love lives with a lot more power, and the places where they actually get hindered by something that they don't need to. And so that book, it uses a lot of real life examples of couples, and it points out things that they did, you know, people that are in the media. So it's fun for anybody to read it, but at the same time, I'm using examples that you see in the media and looking at them from a place of gaining more insight from the things they're doing and the things that they're not doing, and then helping people recognize, you know, if you're going to be with someone who's famous, or you are famous and you have another partner, how are you looking at each other's needs, and how do you look at what you each bring to the table? Because if you're with somebody and you're kind of worshiping them or putting them on a pedestal just because they're famous, you're not going to have a healthy relationship.
That is so true. I mean, that goes with even non-famous people. You put that person on a pedestal. I mean, come on, you can't, no one's perfect. People are going to fall sooner or later, yes. So that's true, young lady. That's true.
Exactly. And you don't want to sacrifice your needs either. And if you come into this place where one person is dominating all the attention and all the I need this, I need that, I need that, that relationship is off balance. So it really doesn't matter who makes more money or who's famous or not famous. In any relationship, you both have to understand what you bring to the table and recognize how you complement one each other, you know, complement each other. And then that's how you can be an amazing team.
Hey, send me that book too. I mean, God, those are two great books that you talked about and stuff. And some other stuff I want to hit on with you about, because I'm reading your bio is just ridiculous, boy. Okay, let's see. Coming soon, it says, a fabulous how-to for starting dating over 40 plus, or another guide for irresistible at any age. So that's another book that you're doing.
Those are the two books that are coming, and I'm getting ready to launch a new website. I was hoping to launch it today, but it won't be ready for another week. And that's going to be a great site with lots of video tips, and I'll be doing new video tips every single week. So I want people to write to me and tell me what they want to know, what is bothering them, because I'll address it in videos to them and also to the greater audience. But you know, I met my life partner over the age of 40. And one of my very best friends in the world. I can't believe you're 40 years old, though. You look like you're about 30 years old, girl. You look so young. I'm serious, you really do. I want to say that for, It's recycling all those challenges. You see, it's more effective than any antioxidant cream in the world. Neiman Marcus has nothing on a good attitude.
That's amen. You have the great attitude I've heard. But you met your life partner and stuff, and you met him here in the United States or overseas?
No, we have a modern day Harry met Sally type of story. We literally met doing business online from across the continents. He was in Holland, I was here. We started to communicate on some different things. He needed a copy editor. He was really curious about my work. He said, that's not Western, that's not typical Western style work. I said, no, it's not. And that's why everybody comes in by referral, because they know I'm not a life coach, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, but boy, if you want to figure stuff out and make a change in your life and bring in the good stuff, you call me and I will help you do it, and I'll help you do it quickly.
Oh, wow. Ooh, girl, I'm calling on the telephone, because I say that's a good, I mean, let's see, what, here. Okay, another thing I was talking about, the books are coming out soon. Are they coming out this week, next week?
They're going to be written. I had originally planned to release them this summer, but a couple other projects came in, like the video project that I knew was really more important to get out there first. So the books will come second, but I'm already outlined. One of them's already fully outlined, and as soon as I get the site up and everything, then I'll start writing them. But they won't take long.
I know, girl.
There's so much we have to put out there for especially, you know, people. It's like, we got to live our lives with enthusiasm, and there is so much damage that gets done through the media when it comes to lifestyle advice.
Oh, wow.
I mean, people are, what they get told empowerment looks like is just off. You know, this whole idea, I mean, when they started doing the equality in relationships, oh, Lord, the day that I saw, you know, a woman putting up a chart like McDonald's in her kitchen for her husband to check off chores, I said, oh my gosh, what is that?
That was the wrong thing to do, wasn't it, boy?
Well, you know what? If you want passion and you want a really fabulous romantic relationship,
yes,
I can tell you that is not part of the formula.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Check that one off then. Okay, not doing that. Okay, that's good. But now you do a lot of consulting, different people, in partnership, relationships, online dating type things, conflicts, revolution, health, and weight loss. You deal with that? With women?
Well, it's been about 18 years since I took 50 pounds off myself.
Wow, good.
So I understand that journey. I understand, and I put mine on after trauma. Oh. So I really understand, a lot of times when women see me, they think, but then they find out, no, I've been there. So I know what it's like to go through the process of losing it. And I did it that natural diet and exercise kind of way. And I have a lot of fantastic insight on how to approach that, shift your perspective so you're really empowered through the process. And then, of course, I've maintained it for 18 years, so I know what goes in, and I love food. That's the thing. I'm not the girl who's, living on vegetables. I love food. So I have great formulas for people who love food. I know sometimes they say, just don't think of food as this or that. I'm like, no, food for me is love and celebration. It's a big part of my life.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I love that. I mean, but you tell like it is. You tell like it is, and you do it by example, because, like you said, you've been through it. You've been through some bad times and trauma, whatever, and that took you to where you're at now. And look at you, 18 years from now, you're looking fabulous, young lady. In which I commend you for what you're doing and helping these women about their self-esteem and everybody should just celebrate their curves, celebrate the way they are, but eat healthy.
Yes. There are things you can do to tweak anything, and that's really what it's about too, is coming to a place where you're able to discover what your personal best feels like. And we, in this society, we do a lot of stuff about looks, and looks play a role, there's no doubt. In attraction, they play a role. If you take care of yourself, of course you're going to be more attractive, but we very often overlook the importance of the internal part of attraction. And I can tell you, I mean, my beau is as straightforward as you get. He's Dutch. They're not politically correct. They have not gone on that train. They just are honest, but compassionate, but honest. And he says, the enthusiasm that a woman has, and just that when you feel like she likes who she is, that's one of the most attractive things in a woman. And so I don't care if you're at the gym 6 times a week, what you're doing to your face, your body, how you're dressing. If you don't really feel good about who you are and you haven't had a chance to truly connect on that level, that confidence and that security is not there. And I don't care what size you are or what high heels you're wearing. You might attract a certain amount, but you won't maintain it, because the substance is what keeps people together.
Wow. Excellent. I love that. Now, another thing I want to hit on a little bit about. Okay, now you do consulting travel through U.S., Australia, and improving companies. You're dealing with companies, dynamic companies. Also, San Jose, or not San Jose, but Mexico.
Open Heights in Santa Fe.
Santa Fe, Mexico, right? Yep. Santa Fe, Mexico. You're dealing with True Foundation in New Mexico and Oklahoma, which I was reading. Are you still doing that?
No, that's part of the past when I was working with Native American youth, and I really loved it. When I originally started consulting on my own, I would sometimes work with clients personally, but I was doing a lot of diversity work because I had done some strategic diversity work back when I was still in Massachusetts for like Mobil Oil Corporation, but we did it through another private consulting company. So that's a lot of what shaped my work also, because I got to be in the corporate realm as a consultant working on how do we maximize efficiency and productivity and relationships and communication in the workplace. And what I saw was naturally, I repressed trauma for 7 years, and that's when my weight was on. So I had a massive healing process to go through when I came out of that. And when I started delving into that personal transformation world, I realized that it was so long. And I thought, you know what we need? We need to take some of these principles, but we need to redefine them using a strategic, result-oriented model so that we're living the lives we love instead of studying the ones we don't.
Oh, wow. That's excellent. Girl, that's excellent. Now, now you're a TV personality. Now you've been on L.A. Fox, Boston Fox. You've been in that opening act. You did that on E Channel. Now and you different celebrity clients. Now I don't know which ones have you dealt with. Can you deal with different celebrity clients? Can you name a few of them or?
No.
You can have just.
Well, here's the thing. Here's
Okay.
the thing that you have to know about celebrities.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's not a shocker, but they actually prefer for everyone to think that they're perfect and everything that they achieve, they do on their own.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So.
Just, and I understand they have a platform.
Uh-huh.
They feel vulnerable being in the spotlight, and they just prefer to not have people know everything they do. Now, some people are very outspoken, and they'll say, "I read this book," or "I consulted with this person, and I love them." But a lot of them, they really prefer for people to just not know how they do anything.
That they got problems, and they come into someone to help them with their problems, whatever. So they want
just keep it to themselves, and that way they get to.
But people like myself and my viewers, they want we all want to know the little things. But I can respect and understand that where you're coming from though. But has any of them gave you a hard time, or has all of them just been great?
No, they've been great. I am really good at what I do, and I love it. And the only thing that I need from anybody I work with is the desire for those results. And if they desire that, I can help them do the rest. But they've got to have the desire, because the thing is, having that desire to create something different, whatever it is, that's the thing that you continuously draw from, that helps you shift all those patterns and make those little adjustments to the way that you've been doing things. And the neat thing about the way that I work is that I don't give people this, okay, well, here's what we're going to do to make a change. I already know that the information is out there. We have years and years of books and this and that. People can find the information. So really the key is, why aren't they using it? How do we get them to use it? And what I understood from myself, repressing trauma for 7 years, is that I was following a rule that I set for myself. I said, I can't be me anymore, and I can't have the life that I was going to have. But I was listening to that. So all those other choices I was making that were so far off from where I really wanted to be, I was following something. So with people, I always know that whatever's going on, there's something inside that they are listening to and following, and it's so subconscious they don't even realize it. So I help them find those things so that we can completely remove the mystery. And once we've done that, everything makes sense.
Wow.
All the dots are connected, and they feel so much more empowered, because now they're not looking at it like, okay, well, I can do this and do that now, but I never really understood why that happened, so what's to say it's not going to happen again? Well, once we make sense of what happened back there and we start taking the pieces that we can use, they get to bounce that baggage to the curb immediately, because now the baggage comes from feeling like you wasted your time, or something happened that just took from you and didn't give to you.
That is
So
true.
I show people how to go in there and take stuff out that serves them today, which changes their entire perception of that experience and how it feels. That releases the baggage. Now we got tools, we got understanding, the mystery's gone, and now it's like, okay, so now how do we fire up this engine and create what you want?
Oh, wow. What a beautiful concept, girl. A beautiful I mean, now, you deal with celebrity and non-celebrities. Do they, as non-celebrities, they give you more problems than celebrities, or vice versa, or is it the same?
I think that the people who come to me, and that's the other thing about the way I work, I'm not clinical. So there's not really a line. We're partners.
Okay.
When people come to see me, and I do work via Skype and phone, because of course, like some of my clients that are overseas, I can't always be there. So of course, we just work via Skype or Viber. The Viber app is great. So the thing that's great is that when people come to me, they're like ready to go, and we're partners. So I tell them, okay, look. And I've already been through pretty much everything that I'm talking to them about. So that's the other thing, is that they're not talking to this expert who is sort of outside of the experience, looking in and giving them insight. they're talking to somebody who has been in the muck, in the mire, in the trenches.
You've been in the valley then.
I know how they feel.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So you've been in the valley, and now you're on the mountaintop, which is a wonderful thing. Yeah. So
it does feel really, really good. And of course, I still have all my lessons coming at me. They're just different lessons. And every client I work with too, I always look after I help them and I think, okay, was there a piece of insight in that for me? And I always do that. So I learn from every client I work with because I don't have a manual. It's all intuitive. So when people come to me, I look at them as having their own spiritual DNA and emotional DNA, just like if they do a fingerprint, nobody else has it. So I don't look and try to categorize them, and I know that's another reason why I'm so successful with my clients. I treat every single one individually with total curiosity. What am I going to find? What is it? And then we find it, and it's like, all right, let's go. Let's shift this.
Wow, that's a wonderful thing. Wow. Girl, I wish I talked to you a long time ago, because man, I'd have been in a different realm right now, because I sometimes, doing the show, working 2 jobs, sometimes get kind of stressful or whatever, because you don't have time to do your personal life, because you're either working or you kind of doing, or me trying to work on doing this the talk show. So, but man, what you're telling me has really helped me a little bit, even our little conversation that we having. And I definitely appreciate it, because you better send me those 2 books though. But I want to, and autograph both of those books. I appreciate it. But I want to, now, how would you describe yourself to our viewers? What your profession is? Okay, entrepreneur, confidant.
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur in the realm of luxury goods, of course. We've got our company where we buy and sell, and there's an educational component to it too, because my partner is like the foremost authority on Hermes, and there's nobody like him in the world. So that's really cool. But in terms of my consulting work, I call myself an intuitive confidant for life and love, because I am extremely intuitive. I provide that vault, so people really, they have a different kind of relationship with me than just even a coach, even though there is that element of me like truly being with them as a partner and helping them find their wings and fly, whatever it is. And I mean, I work with a lot of men. Men love working with me because I'm so straightforward, and I get it. So I'm a woman, so I understand if there's dynamics there, and it could be in the workplace, it could be in their personal relationships. A lot of times people who are very successful, male and female, but especially men, a lot of times their focus for so many years has been building success. And so a lot of those other social skills, in terms of understanding, and you'll see a man who's incredibly powerful in business, and then in his relationships he gets really manipulated and picks these women who use him. And I understand it's because all of his focus was in another area. So I'll help them take everything that they do in the business realm and map it into the personal realm and figure out, okay, well, what is it over here, first of all, that was creating this disconnect? And once we solve that, then I can show them how to use other skills in other areas for the areas that they're weaker in and they're not getting the results they want.
Wow, okay, now that's a wonderful thing now. I'm looking back, thinking about how this what you're telling me would really help my life, because you know what, me myself, I'm by myself, but going out there to meet other women is kind of hard, because I work a lot, and that's how I concentrate on what I'm doing as far as my art, because I'm a cartoonist and I do greeting cards and do a line of T-shirts and blah blah blah. And so having a personal life is like, what's that? When I meet someone, I'm the type of person that kind of wears my heart on the sleeve, whatever. Yes. So if they need something, I'm there. I'm a giver. So sometimes that can be kind of bad. But so what you're telling me is really helping me. And I definitely want to talk a little bit more in depth about certain things too. But I want to get now, what's going on in the future in your life with your business and anything's going on besides your books coming out, your website? How can people kind of get in contact with you?
Oh, yes. Well, especially because my new site is launching in about a week. They can go ahead and email me at charly, which is CHARLY, at charlysense.com, which is like common sense, but Charlie Sense. So CHARLY SENSE You can put it up there for them.
Yes, I will.
And
Yeah.
they can even contact me, so if they want me to send them an email when the site launches. But then it'll be great because I will be literally releasing a video every single Wednesday. They'll know that there's going to be a new video up there. Plus there'll be articles and different things like that, but the videos will constantly be there. And they can also email me if there's a question they have, if there's something they want me to specifically cover. They say, you know what, I'm having trouble with this. What do you suggest? I'll create a video for them because I love coming up with content, but one of the reasons why I love working with people is I want to see them make these shifts. You know, I couldn't find anybody like me to work with me when I came out of trauma. And I just knew that the therapy model was not what I needed. So I did the work myself, and as I put all that stuff together and started realizing where the holes and the gaps were in traditional therapies and coaching, I said, okay, great. Now I've done this and figured it out from the inside of doing it. Now I'm going to be that person for other people that I can't find. So I love when people let me know what they want to know, because then I'm not just creating a video that I know could be helpful to someone, but I know I'm answering somebody specific, and whenever that happens, I feel like there's always a lot of other people in need of the same answer, you know, the same insight.
Yes, that's a wonderful thing. Now they get I'm going to put that site up, whatever, but you know what I'm doing? I'm going to send you a tape of the show, for your DVD of the show, and so I want to get your address. So, but I want to thank you for even being part of the LyleStyle Show, talking to me and the viewers out there. It's been really helpful to me, and I know you help somebody out there in my audience. So it's been a blessing, and thank you. And I want you to come back on the show too. One of these days,
would love to.
I would love to come out there and do a show with you.
I want to leave you with something really quick, because as a fellow giver, your job is to be curious about the women you meet, if they will give back to you.
Okay.
Because you don't have to stop being a giver, you just have to stop giving to takers.
Oh God, Lord, thank you. Oh my goodness, that resonated with me when you said that. Okay, wow, Lord.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't give.
Oh,
but
man.
I have to set boundaries on where and how and who and how much I give to.
Wow.
So in the relationship realm, it's about finding a complement. And so that's one of the things that you're doing, is when you're getting to know people and you're sharing who you are and what's important to you, you listen for how they see things, and you're looking for someone who also is excited and feels good about being able to give to you, because then you guys are going to give to each other, and it's going to be amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Charlie, thank you for saying that. Oh, wow. You know what? I want you to come back on the show again. Believe me, you've been a help to me, and my viewers know that and whatnot. So many thanks, but I want you to hold on because I want to get your address. So I'm talking to the viewers. Hey, this young lady has really helped me. I know that she helped you. And so I want y'all to listen to what she's saying. We're gonna put a website, her email address, so you can write her and get some information with her. And because she is a wonderful person, a beautiful person inside and out. So that's it. I want everybody to keep styling profiling, keep watching the LyleStyle Show. Till next time, I love you. Be good to somebody. We're out of here.